We'll use the thoracic vertebra. We'll look at number T5 as an example for a typical vertebra. Here, we have the body. Here, we have the transverse process. Here, we have the spinous process. Here, we have the lamina. Here, we have the pedicle. Here, we have the superior articular facets. And here, we have the inferior articular facets. The articular facets serve as attachment points for other vertebrae. Here, we have the vertebral foramen. Now let's consider the features of this vertebra that are specific to the thoracic vertebrae. Here, we have the transverse costal facet, which serves as an attachment for the neck of the rib. Here, we have the inferior costal facet, and here, we have the superior costal facet. The head of rib 5 will articulate with the superior costal facet of this vertebra, T5. The head of rib 6 will articulate with the inferior costal facet of this vertebra. In thoracic vertebrae, the spinous processes are long. The articular facets face anteriorly and posteriorly. Also, it looks like a giraffe. Now let's look at the cervical vertebra. It has a transverse foramen on each side, which allows the vertebral artery to pass through it. Its body is small and wide. The superior articular facets, here, face superiorly and posteriorly. The inferior articular facets, here, face inferiorly and anteriorly. Now, let's look at a lumbar vertebra. Its body is large. The vertebral foramen is shaped like a triangle. Its superior articular facets are directed medially, and its inferior articular facets are directed laterally. Its spinous process is short and sturdy. Also, it looks like a moose. Let's look at the sacrum. It is large and wedge-shaped. It has 5 vertebrae fused together. It has sacral foramina, which allow for passage of the spinal nerves. At the end of it is usually the coccyx, which is not visible in this specimen. The coccyx is 4 vertebrae fused together. Coccyx means cuckoo in Latin. From the side, it kind of looks like a beak. Now let's look at the 2 atypical vertebrae, the atlas and the axis. This is the atlas. It is the first vertebra, C1. It has no spinous process and no body. Now let's look at the axis, C2, the second vertebra. The atlas has this process, the dens, which articulates with the atlas and allows for rotation of the head.